Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Anybody, everybody, somebody? Oh, oh, there we go. There we go. So thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hey, I don't know what's up, man. Freaking sounds in and out on our big day here, but we are back. We are live. Thanks for joining. And as you know, the super app is finally being announced. So I was kind of crazy excited about that, but took 11 minutes to get the sound on, but we're here. So thanks for Caleb and Brown for like, sharing, and subscribing. And to support the channel, the 24/7 support, the one-on-one broker, and they do self-custody your crypto. So just wanted to give them a big shout out and to thank them for supporting and sponsoring the channel on this pre-Valentine's Eve day. And you can use my link in the description. Going over to the bubbles, you can see today is a good day. Everything is pumping almost, but Bears down 2.6. Canton Network is down 2.6. Actually, Bears down 6.2. And World Liberty Mobile is down 3.1. What up, Edward? What up, Phantom? What up, Silver Days? What's up, Kara? What up, Bay? What's going on? But thanks for joining. Thanks for your patience as we finally got going here. And we are live on the BTM Crypto News Network. Don't forget to super chat. So we can see here Zcash is up 21.1. Bitcoin SC is up 18%. Bitcoin, what is this? Bitcoin Cash is up 11.1. XVC is up 3.8. Aerodrone is up 5.1. Hyper Network. I think this is Hyperliquid. I'm tripping. Hyperliquid is up 5.6. Casper is up 3.5. Litecoin's up 5.2. Looks like everything's rushing back in. Telecoin is up 8.1. Prime's up 4.8. Solana is up 9.2 to $84. And is anybody having any problem with the Solana network? This is my second purchase for what is this? On Uphold. And it's like the transactions or something getting stuck. I sent them a message and they said that they're having some issues, but they will let me know. But I bought some Solana, but it has not deposited to my account yet, right? It shows us here, but it doesn't show the actual balance, which is weird because usually as soon as you do it, it's there. Oh, it's finally here. Finally. But for some reason, it took forever to post, almost like 2 days to post. But let's get back to the bubbles. XRP's up 3.3. FET's up 5.9. Stronghold is up 8% on the day, 0.1 on the hour, down 14.3 on the week, down 37.9 on the month, and 54% down on the year. Arbitron is down 5 or is up 5.1. Algorand's up 3.7. Satoshi's is up 3.3. Sui's up 6.5. ZK's up 3.4. Caspa is up 2.4. Ingest is up 2.2. Jupiter's up 10%. Let's go. Helium's up 10%. Ton's up 6.2. Ethereum Classic is up 3.5. Atoms Cosmos is up 6.8. XDC is up 1.5. Madero's up 6%. Radiant Renders up 5.9. World Liberty Financial is down 5.5 on the day, up 0.2 on the hour. Dash is up 12.7. Gala's up 2.6. Swarm is up 11.2. So let's see here. Just looking at something on the network. Yeah, but we're having all kind of weird technical problems. But I was looking at someone else on YouTube and they were having problems too. So it's not just me. I was kind of worried, but at this point, it is what it is. But yeah, this is weird, man. I keep getting this on my computer about what is that? Disable mode, safe mode, or something. Who cares? H bar is up 5.9. Glad I got an H bar. Safe's up 5.9. Near's up 7%. BitTensor Tau is up 8.3 to $1.64. Ordinai is up 2.4. AVAX 4.7. Nero 3.4. Jasmine 2.4. Link 5.8. Next O 5%. Finally, XPR is up 7.3 on the day, 0.8 on the hour, 4.4 on the week, down 33.8 on the month, and down 39.8 on the year. I'm just trying to figure out, is there any sound? Okay, I do have the sound. Okay. So close the bubbles. Actually, dang it, I didn't even get to, well, look at ZBCN here. So this is the ZBCN page, and it still says Super App Earn, Stake, Spin, and it's still upcoming on the app. And we'll look at it here. So on the market cap, the crypto market is 2.39 trillion, up 4.79% on the day. CNC 20 is 141.94, up 4.8 on the day. Fear and greed, we are still in extreme fear, which is weird. I'm not even sure. I thought it would be closer to greed, but I guess not. The altcoin season's at 30. It was at 30 something yesterday, but this is the crypto RSI is 57.56. So we are getting really closer to overbought, and you can see that in the price. So currently, got a bit of a cold, so I don't know, or allergies or something. I got choked up there. Currently, the holders are 94,684. We are up 4 hours, added 54. Yesterday, this was red, actually. 12 hours, we added 57. For the day, we're up 105. For 3 days, 148. For the week, we are up 544. For 2 weeks, we're up 1,164. And for the month, we're up 3,515. And I told you guys, when we get up like this on the month and the week, we should see some price action. You can see here, currently at 0021, down 1.44 on the hour, up 9.2 on the day, down 0.76 on the, or up 0.76 on the week, down 26.18 on the month, down 30.27 on the 3 months, 90 days. And for the year, we're up 120.1%. Let's go. So over to CoinMarketCap. CoinMarketCap has us up 9.26% on the day. Market cap is back to that 200 209.83 mil won. So we're back over the 200 market cap. 24-hour trading value is 7.46 million, up 12.6%. And as you can see here, looks like things are starting to push back up again finally. Let's look at the trader view, and then we'll get into the super app updates. But you can see here on trader view, and I'm pretty sure this, it actually is Zebec. And this is actually the price for once. It's actually on the right one. On the 4-hour chart, we are at the 0021. Got a red candle on the 4-hour. RSI is 58.1. RSI base moving average is 47.2. And on the MACD chart, histogram is showing we're building volume and blues over red. So we're bullish on the 4-hour. Down to the 2-hour, looks like we're bullish there too, and we're showing blue over red, so we're bullish on the MACD. RSI is 62.8. RSI base moving average is 52, so we're in the oversold category, which means the price is going up. Wait, overbought territory. Oversold, the price goes down. Overbought means that they're trying to catch up. So that's good. And we are bullish on the 2-hour. On the 45 minutes, we're also bullish, building volume there. RSI was way up to 64.4 on the 45 minute. On the 15-minute, RSI is 51.9. We're a little bearish on the 15-minute. We see we're losing some volume there. And on the 5-minute, we are losing volume here as well. Kind of bearish on the 5-minute. Looks like people got in, got up, and they are selling. So over to the BTM Crypto News Network. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to sign up for the BTM Crypto News Network. This is the super app, is going live February 25th. And this is the moment we have been waiting for. We've been talking about, we've been waiting, we've been listening, holding it down for the super app announcement, and it is finally here. Releasing on the 25th, and from what I can tell, it will be released to desktops first and then to the mobile app. So let me know what you guys think about that. And this is heavy hitter. All the speculation, all the anticipation over. It's finally here. What we all have been patiently waiting for, the super app. And it goes live February 25th, which I think is next Friday, give or take. Or next, actually, Wednesday, 2 weeks. Let's see, 2 weeks from now on a Wednesday. So Twitter is buzzing like crazy. I like this. I think this is Venom, the ZBCN, and is looking at the 25th. The super app goes live on the 25th, so we should start seeing some serious upticks coming next week, maybe over the weekend and beyond. So get it while it's down, because once the app hits, it ain't coming down too further. This is honored to stand alongside industry leaders in the Nacha Innovation Alliance. Stablecoins are emerging as a new payment rail. We're proud to be part of the conversation, kicking off the year with the big community momentum. Join us January, February, new members, Payment Innovations, Bank of Indiana, Bank of India in Chicago. That's weird. I was looking to see if Zebec was in this announcement anywhere, but I don't actually see them mention Zebec, which is weird. Oh, there it is. Okay, so they do mention Zebec right there. So that's cool. Probably wanted out of that announcement. So this is shout out to Crypto Chrome, real time streaming, changing payments. Zebec enables continual payment stream in real time and where paired with XRP instant settlement, value no longer waits on bank processing cycles. Real time infrastructure is evolving. So let's run this real quick. So shout out to Crypto Chrome. This is hang on, folks. We predicted the next pump, and this is ZBCN at the 0021. Currently, we're at the 0020, and we're currently at the 0021. So the moment is here for the super app. So let me know what you guys think about that as well. And if you can still hear me. So did the sound kick out or are we live? 'Cause I'm getting pretty fed up with this sound thing back and forth. We check this. And the crazy thing is, are we live? Yeah, the crazy thing is I can't check it. Can't check it on my computer. So I gotta check it on the phone. Video had no sound. No problem. Wait, this video had no sound? What the let me check something here as well. God dang it. Uh, okay, so let's see here. Does this video have sound?
XRP was about to change Vegas until someone froze time. Not on my watch. Your chains of delay end now. 2 to 5 business days. Processing, pending. Clint profits every second it ticks slowly. Your chains can't hold progress. Time to lock this down. Leaders were about to talk real-time payments. That's when Clint activated the time lock. Everything froze. When time stops, most systems stop with it, but flow doesn't depend on seconds. That's Zebec. The clock can stop a moment, but it cannot stop a stream.
Freeze time if you want. XRP settles instantly. Zebec flows continuously. And together, they make delay impossible. When time was controlled, value stood still. The old bank system needs delay. The future runs money in real time.
So is that better? It was actually a pretty good video. Big moves like the solidifying something, be it, is about to happen. The whales know what they hold. Get your bags packed before it takes off. And this is more announcements about the super app. So let's go over to CoinMarketCap. The super app is going live February 27th. All Zebec ecosystems under one roof. Access your silver and carbon stream payroll across Solana stake design for everyday use. I'm not sure what that is. This is another announcement. Countdown to the 25th. Well, they just gave their hands of questioning curiosity. We're heading back to the structured line. Y'all not bullish enough. This thing is getting ready to explode. Tell them Zebec, XRP, New York, Connecticut. Pure hype and FOMO combined along with the bots on this forum. ZBCN holders steady growth and the super bullish. Once we start strong, we all know what will happen. Fusters eat their diapers. Oh, wow, this is crazy. No matter how hard the sale demons try to deplete Bitcoin to low 30s, Bitcoin's price remains anchored in the mid 60s range during the transition, suggesting liquidity is being absorbed rather than overwhelmed. All the bloodsuckers are looking for low of the lowest entry point before the Clarity Act explodes the market to the upside. Wait and see. And you don't have to wait. Actual gains. Let's see. Actual genuine utility is much needed in the space right now. Thankfully, ZBCN is providing exactly that. Is adoption ready? ZBCN is adoption ready. Who's ready? Been ready, bro. We've been here for the whole time. Just another pump before more blood. I meant this price fluctuation makes for some easy liquidity. So I guess we will see what Trading Sniper has to say real quick.
Are doing fantastic. Listen, today we're going to be talking about the one, the only Zebec Network. Listen, today we have a bunch of news. We will be pretty much diving into all of it, and we also might be looking at the price at the end. Listen, by Ghost Web said this, good catch here by Steel Flow. Zebec outlined by Natcha Online as a payments innovation alliance member, right? And we go look at it, boom, boom, from Natcha Online, kicking off the year with big community momentum. Join us in welcoming our Jan plus Feb new members. And we can see a bunch of ads, and then we have at Zebec Network. Now, I don't know if the actual video itself has. Oh, no, copyright. I'm just kidding. I don't know if it's copyrighted, but boom. Right. Welcome to the new members. Bank Social. Boom, we have a little bit more. Let's see if anything changes or if this is just going to be one same image. Oh, no, it changes, right? Welcome to the new members.
Hey, guys.
Boom,
Welcome
new members. Who cares? Zebec Network, right? So, boom, right? Very, very nice. Of course, this isn't, directly from Zebec Network themselves, but it is from one of our partners, and we can see, right? Very, very nice. Very, very big deal. That is what we love to see. Let me just like this, and let me actually even repost it. So, very nice catch from Ghosts and
ZBC.
others as well. Speaking about Ghost, he did post this, right? Sam liked one of his tweets saying this, okay? Still don't see the connection between Zebec and XRP. Watch this and you will. And then we can see Sam liked this post. And the ghost said, that's all I'm going to say. Just in case you guys are not familiar with who Sam is, I'm pretty sure, he's up there. I don't think he's the CEO, right? But he is very, very important. It's pretty much him and Simon are the duo, from what I understand. So if he's liking this, I'm not saying, this is set in stone, but this is always some type of evidence. These people like Sam, Simon, etc., they can't always just necessarily say what they're thinking, right? They just can't. They can't always just answer questions yes or no, because there's a lot of contracts, there's a lot of things signed, there's a lot of things they can't say until it's actually released, right? That's what happens when you're up in those positions and position of power. You can't always just say everything you want to say. You can't just be giving away certain key details, but you could leave little hints here and there so we can see, right? He liked this tweet, still don't see the connection between Zebec and XRP. Watch this and you will, right? I think this is one of the videos we actually did cover yesterday. I'm not sure what this is in terms of the drawings. Oh, the Zebec ship, I see, right? Decentralized Web3 platforms like Ripple, Stellar, and Zebec are positioning to transform the payment space by addressing the limitations of traditional payments systems to combine technology and finance seamlessly, paving the way for a new era of frictionless global payments. Right? Boom, Web3 marks an ongoing systematic transformation enabled through digital finance. An estimated 80% of global financial leaders are aiming to use crypto for their businesses over the next 3 years or so, and delivering speed to sluggish payment markets is one of the key factors driving adoption in this space. And by the way, people, right? This is from 2025, this post, March 2025, basically a year ago. And they said that within the next few years, within the next 3 years or so. So let's just say a year is gone, basically. We have roughly, let's just say anywhere from a year and a half to 2.5 years before everything should be set in stone. That's what I'm saying. I do believe Zebec will pump earlier. I do believe Zebec, will have its big, big rally before. But generally, over the next few years, we should be seeing this next level adoption really be hitting. Because once all this stuff in the background gets approved, once the cryptos do all the work that they're meant to do, once the teamwork is in place and everything gets the green light, next thing you know, it's like, oh, this is this, we're transferring this,
Yes, sir. Teamwork makes the dream work. And we have been waiting on that for some time, but it is finally at the point where the market is going to start trending upward, right? Things are finally working out. We should hear something about the super app soon, so we'll have to see.
you're gonna have a couple months to do this. And it's all gonna happen so quick. It's all gonna happen so quick when that transition happens. And before you know it, it's gonna be here. Anyways, let's continue, right? 314 Crypto said this, Zebec, it's coming. And what is he talking about? Well, we can see, right? Number 3, in real life card for AI agents. Zebec is the first mover taking agent wallet infrastructure to the next level, empowering AI agents to operate both in the physical and the digital worlds seamlessly. Okay, and this is about this, right? Coinbase dev and etc. Give your agent a wallet. Now we're gonna read all this, but guys, like I said, Zebec is going to be integrated in every single aspect, in every single aspect of life. Zebec is pretty much, like I said, the blood or the skeleton, whatever you want to call it. But Zebec is going to be everywhere. Okay. And I mean this. I mean this. Anyways, let's go look at another post. We can see that, we do have this from Zebec Junior 79. Look who was invited to be a speaker at XRP Las Vegas 2026 at Simon. Buckle up, folks. This isn't just a coincidence. Zebec building infrastructure and partnerships for the future of finance. 2026 is going to be a massive year for utility. Okay. And yeah, this is very, very big news. I'm also going to repost this as well because, man, Simon was invited to the XRP Las Vegas 2026. So clearly, like again, once again, there's correlation there. You don't just invite anyone, just to invite them. We've been talking about this, that XRP and Zebec, those big partnerships are going to line up sooner than later. And once again, Zebec is punching up, right? Zebec is collaborating with someone who's above us, right? Let's not pretend or let's not forget that, yeah, we're at 190 million market cap, but something like XRP is at 82 billion. Okay. It is much larger than us. What is that? If it was 10x, we would be at 1.9 billion. 100x would be at 19 billion. Jesus, we are like 500x smaller than XRP. Yet we can see Simon is invited to the XRP Las Vegas 2026. So yeah, man, I'm telling you guys, Zebec is going to be the future. There's a reason why Zebec gets a lot of things done each week, each month. There's a reason why the partnerships that we're getting are consistently above our.
Wait a minute. When is this? 2006. What is this? When is this 2006 meetup? Who was that? That was, let me run this back just a wee bit here.
RP. Yet we can see Simon is invited to the XRP Las Vegas 2026. So yeah, man, I'm telling you guys, Zebec is going to be the future. There's a reason why Zebec gets a lot of.
Wow, you could have told us at least who this was. Let me see. ZBCN. Who is this guy? Wasn't ZBCN, man. JK, maybe? ZBCN JK? Let's see. What's the hashtag? Here?
Things done each week, each month. There's a reason why, the partnerships that we're getting are consistently above our level, right?
It doesn't say.
Similar. It's not to similar coins at our market cap, similar exposure. It's not, to cryptos that are smaller than us, right? Some mini projects, some mini collaborations, some mini giveaways. No, but we are consistently punching up, right? Anyways, let's talk about this, the final thing, right? We can see from Ghost Web 3, he said this. What do you think that is, right? Zebec Network, Uphold, XRP forged the path. Zebec lights the way. Uphold's battle, tested journey, Zebec's promise, and emerging trends in the U.S. crypto exchanges and markets. Okay, yeah, this is pretty much from last year, but this is in correlation of this, right? Of this post. We can see Simon did say this, different Simon, by the way. Today we're launching early paycheck at Uphold Inc., giving U.S. users access to the funds 2 days early. Qualifying deposits automatically earn 4% back in XRP, so your paycheck works harder before you even spend it. And when you do, use the Uphold deposit card or debit card, my apology, across crypto, stablecoins, fiat, or metals. This is what modern finance should look like: faster, more rewarding, and built around how people actually manage their money. One more reason to make Uphold Inc. part of your daily financial life. Thanks to the team for bringing this to life. So yeah, we could see that. Very, very awesome. Once again, people, Zebec is a part of this as well. Anyways, let's talk about some of the basics. We can see that we are ranked 134 out of 8,883 active cryptos. Over the last month, we are down roughly 32%. In the last week, we're up roughly 20%. And in the last day, we have been kind of going sideways and slowly selling off, being down 3%. We know Coinbase is just around the corner, and we can see the holders, right? The holders did rise up once again. Although we were down at one point, we did already recover and we did break new records. So that is fantastic. That is it, though, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.
So shout out to the trading sniper. This is Lee the captain. Actually, we'll come back to Lee. You guys hate Lee anyway. Let's see, 8 minutes. One of these is pretty long. Let's play this guy first, and then we'll come back to Lee. And then we'll start running through super app videos. And this guy, Crypto Sensei.
Remember what I told you all before. We need to keep an eye on Bitcoin. As long as Bitcoin holds steady at the $66,000 area of support and showing signs that we're going to make our way back towards the $80,000 price area, towards 100,000, we are all in a good position. And this is what I think is about to happen next. Now, Zebec has been one of the best performing altcoins during this recent market sell-off. Yes, Zebec sold off aggressively, but was one of the first altcoins to return back to its sell-off level. And now Zebec's at 0.00020974. There's a few things that I would be looking at now. Number one, it's safe to say if you've been watching all of my Zebec videos, you're probably fully stacked, right? And all you're focused on now is what happens next. Is Zebec going to go up to I don't know, let's just say 0.00068, which is the top of the range? Are we going to see Zebec hit that 10x, right? And if you're watching this for the first time, you're wondering, is this a good entry point? Now, remember, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing that you see in this video is financial advice. So always make sure to do your own independent research. I will say this. I like Zebec at this level. And if I was watching this for the first time, or I'm getting my positions in other altcoins, I'm definitely having a close look at Zebec at this current entry point. Now, I will say this. There are going to be people in the comment section that are going to say it's over. We're going to see further downside selling pressure. We're in a bear market. Now, the first thing you need to ask yourself is, where are these people getting their information from? They're simply regurgitating things that they're seeing online from people that haven't made any money in the cryptocurrency market, right? And this is the thing. There's a saying. It says, buy when there's blood on the streets, even when it's your own. And this is one of those scenarios where there's opportunities everywhere, but a lot of people are just sitting from the sidelines and doing nothing. Now, I'm fully locked in at Zebec at this area. Fortunately, I don't need any DCA positions. So all I'm waiting for now is for Zebec to break above 0.0033581, right? Once we move back above this area, I'm expecting Zebec to hit the top of its range, right? Which is, from where we currently are now, a 224 percentage point move. Now, for those of you that are new here, I'm actually predicting an altcoin season. So I think we're going to see moves in the market similar to what we saw in 2021. And if you are wondering what happened in 2021, we saw projects go from 10x in less than 2 months. We saw projects hit 50x's in less than 3 months. We saw projects hit 100x in less than 6 months. And I think we're going to see these kinds of moves in the altcoin market starting from February. So what we're about to see next in Zebec is going to be incredible. I can't wait to say I told you so. And for those of you that are new here, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on these free buy calls I gave out at the lows. And if you're not new here and you're not subscribed, you need to subscribe right now so we can get these Zebec videos in the algorithm and we can bring in more people into our community. So I'll say this, and I'm going to say it boldly. I believe the bottom on Zebec is officially in, and we're going to look back at this at the end of the month. And I hope this is going to be another historical call. And for the haters that are going to say it's over with, just remember, that's why history will not remember your name. Until the next update, guys, seize the day.
Why is everybody dying to be the I told you so guys? Just be patient, guys. It will all come around. I guess we'll run Leader Captain real quick before we get into the Zebec updates.
Recently said that the super app is coming closer. Now, nothing I say is financial advice, but the reason why I wanted to talk about this, even though ZBCN is approximately 50 times lower than 10 cents, even still, despite all that, I wanted to talk about this because I feel like sometimes the magnitude of this is kind of ignored. We have to consider the super app right there, when it comes to Zebec, I think could really change the trajectory of where it could go in the future, because we have to consider the super app, its intent, at least in my mind, is to kind of consolidate, these certain aspects of Zebec just into one kind of central location. It's like, for instance, we take a look at the aspects of the cards and payrolls and stuff like that, and then it just kind of puts it into one thing, basically, the super app. So if they could actually do that, it would arguably, I think, be like a top 3 thing, right? In terms of what they've accomplished so far ever in history. I would put it as top 3, actually. I think number 1 would probably have to be ISO 20022 compliance. I think top 2 would probably have to be, them acquiring Gate Knox and Science Card UK. And I think this would be actually number 3, personally, if they could do that. Which, again, supposedly they say it's getting closer. So I do like seeing that, again, when it comes to Zebec. Now, granted, though, people like to say, okay, even if we assume a hypothetical scenario where they do launch the super app, what's going to happen to the charts? Now, in just a random make-believe scenario, assuming, let's say, they did it right here, right now, I don't think it's really going to do much to the charts. The reason why? It's not because it's not revolutionary. It's not because it's not important. I think it's because the sentiment is just not doing the best. If the sentiment is not doing the best when it comes to this space, the ZBCN, which clearly is not a microcap, that can't just randomly do like a rally of its own just because of that. No way, in my perspective at least. Because first of all, it's not a microcap, and the market cap is well above 100 million. Like, we're not talking about a small project here by any means. It's not that massive, of course, but it's like pretty decently sized. News like that, if it were to do that, again, launch the super app, even hypothetically assuming right now, which it hasn't, but I'm just saying, even if we assume that, it's not really going to do much to the charts. However, when I say this, people like to tell me, okay, well, how is this going to matter then moving forward, right? Well, my perspective is that this could have positive implications moving forward for, let's say, the adoption when it comes to Zebec. Also, in terms of the attention and the notoriety, because if things are easier to use and a lot more people get privy to it, they get more attention when it comes to that, maybe more notoriety, more attention and all this as a result. So it's not such a bad thing overall. Maybe, sure, the timing is not going to align well with the altcoin space, but who cares, right? If a project wants to improve, if they want to do something, why wait? That's my perspective sometimes. Because even like during an altcoin season, hypothetically, people usually take a look back at stuff like this. Projects that want to catch up later on, maybe sometimes it's a little bit too little too late, because when the market's already doing its thing, they try to launch things. It's just complicated. It could get, forgotten about because of all the other attention. So yeah, I think this is actually a pretty good thing if they do it pretty soon. But we'll wait and see. However, I find this to be a very fascinating update. I mean, a lot of people thought Zebec forgot about this. However, they clearly haven't. And if they do actually do the super app, I'll be sure to make a updated video when it comes to that. So yeah, sure, we're around 50 times lower than 10 cents, but you know what? All I can do is stay patient anyways, and I'm still dollar cost averaging. I'm still waiting. And even though I'm not telling anyone to do anything, I find this update to be pretty cool, and I'll be sure to make another updated video if they do launch these super apps. So yeah, hopefully y'all stay tuned for that, and I'll see y'all in the next one.
If they do launch the super app, bro, what are you talking about? Zebec always comes through on everything they promise. What is this if? I wonder if people don't like Leader Captain, man. This guy's crazy weird most of the time. But this is Crypto Neptune. He's talking about the super app. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit your main man up with a super app. We are going live, baby. Let's go.
Launch date of the super app, as we have new information from the Zebec leadership team. So let's go ahead and dive right in. And on the news, we are up 12.28%. So the community is feeling pretty excited. And the current price is 0.0021 and 7.22 million in trading volume over the last 24 hours. But this is kind of what everybody is pumped about. The Zebec Super App goes live February 25th. All of Zebec's ecosystem under one roof. Access your silver and carbon cards, stream payroll across Solana, stake ZBCN, designed for everyday use. And they're trying to go for something kind of similar to like Cash App or Revolt, but on the blockchain. And that's kind of what Zebec is trying to achieve with this super app. And it says the February 25th launch introduces the desktop version of the Zebec super app. So yeah, desktop first, mobile second, and then a surprise edition, enterprise grade edition designed for institutional and professional users. So I'd imagine those institutions and professional users would have to have a significant bag in order to get this special edition version. But this is good to know because I did not know this would be a thing. But again, this is all exciting stuff that's going to be rolled out. So what is the community saying? And if we look through some of these comments, Onyx Poseidon says February 25th is about to change how we live with crypto forever. Super app loading, ZBCN to the moon. And that is correct because we're doing things differently now. We are loading salaries on the blockchain, and we have a super app which is kind of houses everything all together and is innovative tech for the future. So that is a great comment. And then here, BT Crypto News. Yeah, he's pretty much excited. He has an image there, Throbbing Lantern.
What up? I think that's your boy. Shout out to my main man, who's this crypto sensei, and found me on X. But yeah, I think that's us, guys. Shout out to the BTM mob. Let's get it. Back to the video.
Yeah, he's pretty much excited. He has an image there, Throbbing Lantern, one day after my birthday, and he's pretty hyped. Yeah, so pretty excited there. Crypto Queen, I love it. So pretty excited. And then Captain Zach ZBCN, super app coming soon. Yeah, so the community is loving the announcement and pretty engaged. And then see this post here, really appreciate big boom coming. Yo, 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 billions are coming. Yeah, and I've said it before that in my opinion, this project has all the makings of $1 billion project. It has all the tools. Right now, we're ranked 131st. Would not be shocked that we pass by the top 100. So it's just only a matter of time. But as you continue to build, whether the market is up or whether the market is down, that shows that you have a strong team. And that's kind of what's happening with the Zebec Network leadership team. And then it says here, Zebec Super App, ZBCN, and that's what Alpha Lion says. And then Ivan, now that's a whole other conversation. This is for real adults. I hope there won't be a February 25th for some reason. The launch of Super App will be soon. And then let's see, XRP Dunce, let's go. I love ZBCN. So yeah, like a lot of positive feedback about kind of what's going on. But let's revisit what all the super app will do. And I'm sure there could be additional features that we don't know about. But it says here, stream salary second by second in stablecoins. No more waiting for payday. Yeah, so we know about all the stablecoin partners with Circle, with World Liberty Financial, with Ripple, with all community, and the list continues to grow as far as those stable coins are concerned. I believe Ondo Finance has one too. But yeah, this is changing everything, being paid by the second, and you'll be able to select whatever stable coin you want to get paid in. And then card spending, MasterCard.
What up, Clay? Yo, yo, yo. Sorry I'm late. Stupid job. No problem there. Tony T. Silver Days, brother. What up, BTM? What up, Clay? And yeah, I tried to do it earlier because I know you guys might be busy this evening, but we might come back on live this evening. But I just want to get this announcement out about the super app coming February 28th. Real-time payroll, card sending, multi-chain wallet, cross-border payments, ZBCN stack in yield, and embedded wallets. So we will see what the super app has to offer February 25th.
Powered physical and virtual cards spent directly from your wallet. Yep. So you've got those options, and you can have multiple carbon, silver, black cards, custom cards, you name it. You can have multiple cards in your wallet. And then multi-chain wallet, one wallet across Solana, Ethereum, and more. Yeah, so it's roughly 20 plus chains. So this access is a lot. And again, the more you do within the super app, that just puts more usage on ZBCN. So, and also probably the more ZBCN you hold, you'll be able to unlock additional features if that makes sense. Yep, and then cross-border payments, fast, low-cost contractor and remittance payouts worldwide. Yeah, so this is all good stuff. You want to be able to pay cross borders at a fraction of the cost, and that is what Zebec is trying to achieve. And remember, they just had the Remittance Hub announcement, so all that's going to come into play as far as how they scale with the remittances. And then ZBCN staking and yield. Yep, stake ZBCN in app for rewards, fee reductions, and governance access. Yeah, so the more ZBCN you probably stake in there, you get fee reductions, and you get governance also, and you get to get more ZBCN as rewards. So that's all in there. And then embedded wallets, non-custodial wallets via email, SMS, or pass keys powered by Privy. Yeah, so that's all cool stuff. And let's see if we can go up to that image. Yeah, let's go up to the image. See if we can.
FedEx, thank you, sir. Good. Great. FedEx joins the Hedera Governing Council. FedEx, never heard of her. Really? Let me see. Definitely shout out to Fed, right? If you like it, I love it. Let's get to the video.
Yeah, so it looks like you can change whatever. Yeah, this is a nice little image. You can have whatever tokens you have, they'll appear here. And if we keep going, yep, that's all the cards you can have in wallet. Let's see. See if we scroll back some. Yep, this is the staking portion. Total staked. Yeah, so it looks like you'll be able to stake more than the 5 million that was originally. So now it looks like you can probably stake even more now, which is a great feature to have. But yeah, you'll be able to put in here the duration of how long you want to stake. The longer you stake, the higher your percentage gets, I would assume. But yeah, that's all cool stuff. And then here, yeah. So it says test streaming token. So you can select whichever token you want to be streamed in, and for however long you want to have it, however many months. So this is all cool stuff. And I'm sure with the super app, more is to come, and maybe even more details that we don't know about, which is some awesome stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this video, as we have February 25th is the date. So we could this rally continue up into could this rally continue up into that date? It's a possibility because we've seen this project have those.
Speaking of Fed, I'm not saying you know anything about it, but let me know if you know something about it. Shout out to Fed. Our guys moving those packages out there. All the drivers, deliveries, and everybody working hard today on this pre-Valentine's Day. But back to the video.
Spikes and rallies. So we'll just kind of play it by ear and see. Could this be a what is it? Buy the news or buy the rumor, sell the news event? Could
Who's my guy? Get with the program. But shout out to who's this? Crypto Neptune, because I think this is crypto blockchain actually. But let me see. One of these videos is crazy long. This guy. So let's run. It's the same crypto spaces, and I'll be right back.
ZBCN will explode when the super app goes live. Payroll, cards, staking, streaming, and more all in one place. The Zebec super app is getting closer. And let's take a look at this video. I don't know if it has audio. I won't play the audio, but let's take a look at this video, man, because the ZBCN team is absolutely crushing it. Overview: staking, card, and streaming. Lights down, game on. This is Zebec Network, right? Just so bullish, man. Extremely bullish stuff. 53,000 engagement views on this one. Keep working. Let's go, guys. ZBCN from XRP.
Also, just before we go any further, this channel has a giveaway of 1 million Shiba tokens. To enter, all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel, like this video, and comment hashtag Shiba Inu. Good luck.
XRP dunce. XRP ZBCN link and SA check. So we got XRP holders that are also buying ZBCN. I'm telling you guys, the projects I'm talking about, they're in line with the amount of retail investors that are also bullish on XRP, right? And ZBCN is one of those projects. A lot of the XRP community, I've been saying it in previous videos, right? And we have someone that is an XRP holder. Who's to say you don't know if it's a whale or not? You don't know if this is an XRP whale. You don't know when he got into XRP. Typically, accounts with a small amount of followers are typically the richest accounts in crypto, from my experience, right? It's not the ones with the big, with like the 100K followers, 200K followers. It's the ones with a little bit of followers. Those are the ones that probably that made it. Not even probably that. This is what I've seen. Those are the ones that have made it, like really made it. I'm talking millions of dollars from crypto trading or crypto investing, right? And here we got an XRP guy. You don't know if this is an XRP whale that is also in ZBCN, right? You know, again, like I said previously, my history in the space, it's the people with a little bit of followers that got the most money in the markets, right? Because they want to stay as anonymous as possible, right? But again, like I said, guys, I've been saying it in previous videos. XRP holders are bullish on, you know, what ZBCN is doing. We got Telcoin holders bullish on ZBCN as well, right? And you know, founders of you know, ZBCN are attending XRP conferences as well, right? So that connection there, the connection is there, man. From Gizmo Baggins, all the haters cry like babies and need to chill. Good things take time. Anything it takes to give us a chance to stat more ZBCN, I'm happy for it. From Kylie, Lola again soon. It's not even funny. See somebody funny. They ain't got no patience. Steve Full, I'm excited, right? Ashwan, good day. Highly anticipated for the super app. Alpha Lion ZBCN with a nice little video here, edited video here. Zebec isn't just shipping features, it's the financial OS. They got people fudding, they got people bullish. I'm on the side of be greedy when others are fearful, man. If you take a look at CoinMarketCap, I'm gonna keep pointing this out, man. We're in extreme fear. This is the thing, right? you're gonna see whenever this bar right here, I don't even need to know TA. All I know about TA is like harmonic patterns, falling wedges, Wyckoff accumulation, bull flags, just the basic TA. I don't even know TA on an expert level. I trade psychology. When you see extreme fear, if you're DCN into projects now, when you see this extreme fear bar is over here in the green at greed, you're going to be up money. I'm going to be telling you guys, and I'm going to say when it gets over here to greed and extreme greed, now's a good time to take profits. And you guys are going to be pissed at me when I say it. You guys are going to be pissed at me because you guys are a lot of you are going to be like, no, it could go higher. It could go higher. I'm telling you. But right now, this is the time you should be buying because this is when everyone does not want to buy. Nobody wants to buy. Everybody's bearish. Everybody thinks Bitcoin's going to drop to 20K, 10K, 8K per Bitcoin. This is when you start to dollar cost average into crypto, man. And like I said, ZBCN is a good bet. 100,000 ZBCN is a good bet to make, if not $1 million. It's up to you, man. Obviously, I'm telling you guys, I'm not telling you to buy $1 million ZBCN. I'm not. That's $2,000, right? If you go around anywhere in the world right now and give somebody $2,000, 2 racks in their hand right now, they're going to be super ecstatic about it, right? I'm just telling you guys to get 100,000 ZBCN because I see the potential of 10 cents to 30 cents, if not $1 for ZBCN in the future, right? I'm talking over a long term, 10 cents to 30 cents in the midterm, medium term, but I'm talking like $1 in the long term, right? So that's what I'm saying. We're under 2 cents right now, under 200 mil market cap. Volume is still pretty good. Again, best time to buy is when volume is down 10 to 30%. That's the best time to buy assets. ZBCN holding up. It's a new coin. No bag holders from previous cycles. It's never seen a bull run. It's 2x from its low. So even if Bitcoin drops to 40K, under 40K, it's probably just going to come back down to the lows at 001 and then accumulate down there, right? If Bitcoin drops to 40K or less. That's what I see, right? So this is, in my opinion, one of the better altcoins to have in your portfolio. It checks the boxes that I look for, and that's why I'm covering it on the channel when it's cheap to do so. Not when it was at 006, 007, and everyone was like, yo, it's going to $1. It's going to $1, right? Not that time. Now I'm covering it when nobody wants to buy it. Everyone thinks it's going to 0. That's when I'm talking about it, okay? So now we take a look at X. Let me show you guys right here. This is from Captain Zach. Wake up, ZBCN is not to be reckoned with. Pirates know. Almost every series creator in the space is finally saying the same thing. ISO compliant, real infrastructure, utility always wins. That's a fact. Sitting right in the middle of the conversation, Zebec Network, let that sink in. While most projects are still chasing narratives, Zebec is already building the real rails, right? Continuous payroll, global and card spend, stablecoin PayFi, compliance first architecture, enterprise ready money movement. Creators are listing ISO compliant assets left and right, but the biggest sleeper in the room is ZBCN that is overlooked. This isn't another maybe someday token. This is distribution infrastructure, real-time money, PayFi, banks talks, builders build, Zebec builds. And that's when the market finally connects the dots between ISO standards, stablecoins, payroll, plus global spend. ZBCN won't be catching up. It's already sailing. Pirates don't wait for permission. We sail early. ZBCN, real rails, real utility, real future, not to be reckoned with, right? Not to be slept on, not to be, ignored or avoided, right? And as you can see right next to ZBCN as well, it's quant. So someone in my comment section who's an XRP holder, right, said, oh, ISO, 20,022 compliance does not matter, right? But look at the projects that are ISO compliant, okay? XRP is ISO compliant. I literally did a Google search. I told him, do a quick Google search on ISO compliant coins. He's like, that does not matter. XRP is the, only run recognized by traditional banking system. And I literally gave him a fact and he still said it doesn't matter. And I'm bullish on XRP. I am. But come on, man. Come on. There's nothing wrong with diversifying in crypto. That's how I made my money in 2024. If I just stuck with, the typical altcoins, I would not have made anything. I wouldn't. I was telling people on my alternate channel, a lot of the altcoins might not do well because I'm seeing a shift. And I was right, Now I'm thinking the altcoins, the actual utility altcoins, are going to do well for the next cycle with mass adoption, BlackRock paying attention. So BlackRock just bought some Uniswap. I think the altcoins are going to, like the actual utility altcoins, right? Like the XRPs, the XLMs, HBARs, the Quants, the Zebecs, ZBCNs. Those are going to be the ones that do well next cycle, right? Now that everyone is completely tired of meme coins and memes on Solana. This is what's going to do well next cycle. And I'll see if I'm right or not, right? It's okay if I'm not right. If I'm wrong, I'll just admit it on the channel, right? But just because you're an XRP holder doesn't mean you can't get a bit of exposure to other assets, right? And I'm not telling you to overinvest in anything. So Captain Zach, shout out to Captain Zach for that tweet. ZBCN Pirates, XRP, XLM, ZBCN, the real global payments takeover. Most crypto tries to be everything. This stack doesn't. It does exactly what global money means, and each layer stays in its lane. That's why it works. Let's break it down. XRP equals the institutional settlement built by Ripple. XRPs and chasing retail hype. It's optimized for bank liquidity, cross-border settlements, high volume transfers, regulated corridors. This is the wholesale rail. XRP moves large money between financial institutions fast, cheap with finality. XLM solves the hardest crypto problem, local currencies, remittances, financial inclusion. And then we have ZBCN, which has real-time PayFi plus distribution. Built by Zebec. Zebec distributes in real time, continuous payroll, contractor payouts, treasury flows, cards plus instant spend, streaming payments, business PayFi. This is where crypto becomes life, not trading, not speculation, rent, groceries, salaries, businesses. Zebec turns settlement into usable money, right? Each network solves a different bottleneck. XRP solves institutional value, moves it. XLM bridges fiat to crypto locally. ZBCN delivers money to real humans instantly. No overlap, no redundancy, no ego. Exactly, right? Just clean architecture. And the traditional finance is slow because it's fragmented. And this is where the financial shift takes place. This is where things like, this is the thesis that we've had for crypto, and the people that have been in the market before I even got into the market has had that thesis where the banks will be replaced. There'll be a new financial system. There will be a disruption of the previous TradFi system. BlackRock already knows it. That's why they bought some Uniswap the other day. And, there's nothing you could do to stop it, just like AI, right? I'm on my X account, back and forth with people. Yo, AI is the future. I'm telling you, people do not like AI at all, but it's the future. You can't stop it. No matter how much you cry and moan and groan, banks, people that don't like crypto, you can't stop it. You're just a guy. You're not a billionaire or trillionaire. No matter how much you try to fight it, you can't stop it. Stop it. Adapt or get left behind. Adapt or die, right? Adapt. If you can't beat them, join them, right? So this is why I'm bullish on crypto. This is why I'm bullish on ZBCN. Again, this is what people most chase: TPS, memes, narrative charts. This stack as in XRP, XLM, ZBCN has chased compliance, corridors, payroll, real usage, enterprise adoption. That's why it's quiet. That's why it's dangerous, and that's why it clicks. It clicks everywhere at once. The big picture, right? I love this image. Wow, this is a great image right here, man. Love this stuff. Let me see if I could zoom in because it's pretty small here. All right. Why this stack wins: XRP, XLM plus ZBCN, the real global payment takeover. Wow. I think this should be a dedicated video, to be honest. Yeah, this is going to be a dedicated video. Oh, man, I'm going to have to go through all of that once again in more detail. Ghost, that's all I'm going to say. ZBCN, right? This is Sam Tapalia, one of the founders of ZBCN, interacting with XRP and the XRP founders as well. Still don't see the connection between ZBCN and XRP. Watch this and you will. And he has a breakdown on that as well right here. And, bearable bill, the the Zebec boat, the Ripple decentralized Web3 platforms like Ripple Stellar and Zebec are positioned in the transform the payment space. Oh man, this is some oh man, these two tweets right here. Okay, these two tweets. I'm gonna have to bookmark those, man. That's some great research from let me make sure I mention the accounts from Ghost and great research from Ghost and Captain Zach. Shout outs to them. Big Rocket, the first infrastructure is built.
So shout out to the Zebec Army. Can you hear me? 90 billion company, 17 million deliveries per day, up to 8 transactions per delivery, totaling 50 billion transactions per year. I think they're saying already, though, HBAR, I think they're saying already HBAR fixed supply and demand going through the roof. Didn't go to MIT to know what that's going to do to the price. So what is this? $90 billion company, 17 million daily packages? 17 million? I need to go check that out, actually. We'll have to see. But you might be onto something there, Crypto Clay. Let's finish this video out. I think there was another video to check out. Let's see. We finished that one. Finished that one. Finished this one. Finished this one. That one's 8 minutes. And this guy, 2-cent rally. We'll finish this and get back to.
First, the infrastructure is built and the ecosystem takes notice. Zebec speaking at XRP at Las Vegas is another signal. The future is still being coordinated. That is so bullish. Like I said, man, Zebec speaking at the XRP conference or event that is taking place soon. Very bullish stuff, man. The connections are there. Zebec real-time streaming and traded payments. Zebec enables continuous streaming in real time, and when paired with XRP instant settlement, value no longer waits on bank processing cycles. Real-time infrastructure is evolving. Look at all these XRP and ZBCN connections that are taking place, guys. That's extremely bullish. I'm telling you guys, man, this is one of the altcoins. Like I said, it checks all the boxes for me. It's a newer coin, doesn't have any bag holders from previous cycles. It's came out at the right time because it had its move up. Sorry for hitting the mic just now. It had its move up after accumulating for some months, right? Bitcoin is in a bear market, and I'm not sure how low we go, but whenever the bottom of the bear market is, this is more than likely one of the coins that's still going to have a community, still going to have the team building, still going to have content creators speaking about it, people that are still bullish. So whenever it bottoms, maybe it bottoms when Bitcoin is at 40K, 45K, under 40K, maybe ZBCN bottoms at, this previous low, right? 308. It bottoms at 308. Then it's a great time to scoop up there because, $1,000 gets you 1 million ZBCN. So instead of 2,000, you could toss in $1,000 and then boom, bull run starts. Whenever it does start, I don't know. It could be end of the year, could be Q3, could be Q2. I don't know. Whenever it does start, you got 1 million ZBCN. Boom! It starts its run to 10 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents, if not $1, going into 2027 to 2028 to 2030, right? So as always, none of this is financial advice. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Appreciate all the support. Link to my Discord is in the description. Join the Discord, and also link to my Clips channel, right? Support the Clips channel. I'm not going to be doing any paid groups. I'm not going to be grifting courses like a lot of these content creators be doing. So supporting the Clips channel in the description. Subscribe to that. Watch those videos. Also helps a lot. Thank y'all, and I'll catch you in the next one.
So shout out to this guy. Why is there always pew-pews in the dang thing, man? Actually, this guy's pretty cool. This bulletproof. He's always shooting at stuff. It's kind of cool. Let's run this. Which one was it? Let's run the super app, and then we'll look at Trading Sniper.
Not hype, not speculation, just steady signals that the pieces are aligning. A short teaser showed 4 words that matter more than most people realize: overview, staking, card, stream, lights down, game on. None of these are surprises if you've been paying attention. For months, the team has been talking about staking mechanics, real-world card usage, continuous payment streams, and a unified app experience. What's different now is the cadence. The tone has shifted from building to nearly ready, from concepts to rollout language, from future plans to present positioning. And here's something most people miss. Progress doesn't always look loud. With Zebec, it looks consistent. Week after week, there are updates, partnerships, metrics, product notes, spaces discussions, and ecosystem integrations. If you scroll their feed for even 30 minutes, you'll see a rhythm of output that many projects don't match in a year. Everything you hear on ZBCN today is for educational and informational purposes only. Nothing in this video should be considered financial advice, investment advice, or a recommendation to buy or sell any asset. Some projects announce a feature for 3 months out, then delay it for 9. And in that time, you hear almost nothing. By contrast, Zebec compresses what others stretch. What takes some teams a year to show, Zebec often demonstrates in weeks. So when people say, "Why is the super app taking so long?" they're missing the bigger picture. This isn't a simple wallet update. This is infrastructure designed to plug into real payroll systems, real cards, real merchants, and real users across borders. That takes precision, and precision takes time. A post summed it up perfectly. Zebec is trying to solve the latency of capital in a $40 trillion global payroll market using continuous settlement. That's not a niche. That's not a side use case. That's the bloodstream of the global economy. To understand why this matters, think about how you get paid. In some countries, it's once a month. In others, every 2 weeks. That schedule doesn't exist because it's ideal. It exists because moving money has friction, processing delays, banking rails, settlement times, and reconciliation overhead. Remove the friction, and the question changes. Why wait 2 weeks to be paid? Why not daily? Why not hourly? Why not per second? That's the core idea behind streaming payments. Value moving continuously instead of in chunks, a live flow instead of a delayed drop. It sounds futuristic until you realize the technology to do it is already here. This is where Zebec's stream component becomes revolutionary, not theoretical, functional. Now connect that to the card component. Zebec cards already show significant volume, over $65 million processed. That's not a white paper number. That's usage. That's people tapping, paying, topping up, and living with this system. Then connect it to the staking and overview parts inside a single super app. One interface where users can see streams, manage cards, stake tokens, and operate inside a financial system built for real-time value. If this reminds you of a super app model, that's because it should. Look at Grab in Singapore and Southeast Asia, ride-hailing, food delivery, payments, wallet, all inside one app. Now imagine that structure fused with stablecoins and real-time payroll. Grab already accepts stablecoins like USD Coin and Tether for payments and wallet top-ups through partners. That's proof that this isn't science fiction. Stablecoin payments are entering everyday consumer apps. Zebec isn't trying to invent a behavior, it's aligning with one that's already forming. And there's another layer: privacy and control. Networks like Canton Network are working on configurable privacy for stablecoin payments, meaning companies can pay across borders without exposing sensitive transaction data to competitors. That's huge for payroll, B2B payouts, and enterprise finance. When you line these pieces up, stablecoin adoption, super app models, privacy-preserving payment rails, and Zebec streaming protocol, you start to see why the team is taking their time. They're not launching a feature, they're positioning inside a financial shift. And this shift doesn't happen overnight. Adoption, regulations, institutions, market makers, all of these move slower than crypto traders would like. But they move with weight. And when they do move, the impact is massive. People often ask, when will Zebec be top 10, top 20, top 30? The honest answer is, when this infrastructure becomes part of everyday finance. And that requires patience, not panic. We're still early in the year. Quarter 1 isn't even halfway through. The team gave a timeline, they've been consistent with communication, and everything points to the super app being close, not someday, but soon. Meanwhile, token dynamics matter too. Final unlocks are wrapping by March 2026. Supply pressure gradually reduces, card volume is rising, integrations are increasing. The foundation is tightening while attention remains low. Price over the last month may show a 30% dip. The last week might show small recovery. The last 24 hours might be red again. But price is the noisiest signal in crypto. Infrastructure is the quiet one, and the quiet signal is the one that lasts. This is why the phrase around the corner keeps appearing, not as hype, but as positioning. The signals are subtle but consistent. Product readiness, ecosystem alignment, and real usage metrics. If you zoom out, all you see a timeline toward 2030 where digital payments, stable coins, and borderless finance become standard. That's only a few years away. Teams that want to be global by then must be operational long before then. That's what Zebec is doing now. They're not rushing. They're locking pieces into place so when adoption accelerates, the rails are already built. So what did that teaser really show? Overview, staking, card, stream. 4 words that summarize years of development converging into one interface. And when that interface goes live, the narrative shifts from building to using, from watching to participating, from waiting for payday to being paid in real time. The Zebec Super App is nearing release, and the signs are clear. Consistent updates, rising card volume, staking integration, and streaming payment infrastructure are all aligning. Stablecoin adoption in apps like Grab proves the model works. Privacy-focused payment networks like Canton show the enterprise path forward. And Zebec sits directly at the intersection of these trends. Price may fluctuate, but infrastructure is strengthening. Unlock pressure is easing over time. Adoption signals are growing, and the vision of real-time payroll is moving from idea to product. The lights are dimming, the stage is set, and the super app is almost here. If you're getting value from this kind of focused, fundamentals-driven Zebec content, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to ZBCN today, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future updates. It directly supports the channel and helps this research-driven.
So shout out to what is this? The Zebec channel? What is this? Zebec Today, actually, and there was one more video to check out real quick. I thought it was something to do with the super app, but I guess it's Trading Sniper. So shout out to Trading Sniper. Thanks you guys for joining. Thank you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and super chat. And this is the last video. Let's see what he's talking about.
Talking about the one, the only legendary Zebec Network. Now, you know me, I'm super high on Zebec. I do believe it is going to be an absolute powerhouse of a crypto. I mean, I think it already is. I just think that the price is lagging behind. And that's usually what happens with projects, right? The foundation, the fundamentals will be built up very nice. And then, price is kind of like underwhelming. The market cap's underwhelming. And all of a sudden, when the green light gets going, right, we get that green light, the markets start picking up for consistently for months. And next thing you know, it's like, what the hell? We just did a 30x or even more for all we know. Zebec is one of those cryptos that could genuinely go up to 50 billion market cap. It could. I'm not even joking right now. I'm not even trying to overhype. I'm not trying to be a moon boy or anything. It is one of those cryptos that has the capability of being an absolute powerhouse. Okay. A 10x from here is roughly to say 2 billion market cap. 100x is 20 billion. A 250x would be 50 billion. And now you might think, that's crazy. No, it's not going to happen. But we've seen it before, right? With something like XRP. When XRP started to get a lot of adoption, it really pumped. I overall expect the crypto world, the finance world, DeFi, TradeFi, PayFi, whatever you're going to call it, real world assets, they're all kind of linked together. I expect that to get a lot of liquidity. We see it in the background consistently, not only from Zebec, not only from other cryptos, but just from, the governments, right? They're trying to implement, this digital world. They're trying to make crypto a thing. They want, to change the traditional finance system. That's a real thing. That's not a theory, it's not a conspiracy theory. It's a real thing, and we are part of it, right? We're part of the ISO club with like us and 13 other cryptos. We're going to well, not we, but I guess Simon's going to speak at the XRP convention, coming up. And I'm telling you guys, XRP, or not XRP, sorry, Zebec consistently punches up when it comes to partnerships, opportunities, getting things done. Like I said before, and I'll say it again, it doesn't collaborate with a crypto that's at 50 million market cap, 20 million market cap, or 100 million market cap. No, it's consistently punching up. So I expect, for this lagging price to really, really catch up to the value. For me, Zebec at the bare minimum should be as its floor already at 2 cents chilling, right? 2 to 4 billion market cap is where Zebec should be chilling in terms of its real value. When we go and look at other cryptos, right? You know, obviously there's gonna be some anomaly plays, like let's say there's, you know, Dogecoin. I mean, Doge is just an anomaly. It's whatever. But some of these cryptos, I just feel like we're better at than like, and I mean this in a non-egotistical way, like Bitcoin Cash any day. Cardano, let's just say it's above us, but we're not that far away from what Cardano we're not that way from Cardano, in my opinion. Even if we were 1/4, like we should be at the bare minimum of 1/4 of what Cardano is. Like we should, we genuinely should. Hyper liquid as well. Canton's a good crypto as well. This chain link, right? You have all these cryptos, like Litecoin XLM. XLM's at 5 billion, H bar's at 3.8, Zcash's at 3.7. We look at some of these cryptos and it's like, yeah, they're doing great stuff. But Zebec is on par with them, or slightly behind in certain sectors, or slightly in front in certain sectors. You understand? It's not like it's night and day with a lot of these cryptos that are at a couple billion market cap. Again, that's just the reality, right? That is just the reality. So for me, it's like Zebec should already be at a 10x. That's why I'm super, super stoked and very, very happy with the prices we're at right now, because it's just buying opportunities. That's all I see. Right? When we go look at the whole entire range, boom, right? I'm gonna correct that. If we look at the whole entire range of Zebec Network, we are in a prime buying opportunity. We're at the 0.78 of a whole entire retracement, of a whole entire, kind of cycle. Okay, we're close to 0.88. That is very, very optimal and ideal. Now, the markets were different, but you have to realize we were pretty much going sideways for a year before we blew up. And I will say though, generally the markets were a little bit more rough during 2025, 2024. There were times where it was really green, but it was also a lot of correction stuff. And we can see, if we kind of count ever since we start to sell off, let's say that from June, we have already been going sideways and selling off for a good amount, right? 252 days. So if we were to experience something similar, where we think, we might start seeing some type of, pullback soon and, boom, some next level retracement and explosion, we talk about how the latest we should really be kind of expanding to the upside, or, breaking to the upside, I should say, is probably in, middle to late March. And that's already me being generous. And that's 301 days in. That's pretty much 10 months in. Okay. So that's a long time. That is a long time. And you have to also remember that we're not counting for the days of us kind of recovering, going sideways, recovering, going sideways, and etc. We're not counting that. We're just counting pretty much when things should kind of start reversing. We're not even counting when, the pump or expansion, which usually lasts 2 to 4 weeks, right? That's a month alone. Or we're not even counting that. We're just counting of when we should really start seeing the true ultimate reversals and momentum shift. Okay. Maximum, this whole thing should last 10 months. And we're just not that far away. We're really not. Some people might think we are, but it's really not that far away. So, the time to pretty much, be buying is going to be now. It's going to be running out very, very soon. So I expect, the markets to turn around. I expect Zebec to turn around. You got to also remember that even in very, very bad conditions, as we saw something with Zebec Cash or Zebec, my apology, not Zebec. What am I saying? Zcash. There we go. Right. Zcash was at our market cap. It was at our market cap. It was at a couple 100 million. Okay. And then this thing, while Bitcoin was selling off, okay, went up a huge amount. A huge amount. So, it doesn't matter always about the market conditions too much. Yes, they play a factor, but when it's time to go, it's time to go. Okay, look, they were slightly higher than us in market cap consistently. Okay, but they still peaked at 10 billion. That's what I'm saying. Even if, let's just say, we did half of that because we're at probably roughly averaging half the market cap, maybe a little bit less. We went to 4.5 to 5.5 billion market cap. I mean, that would still be phenomenal gains, right? And that's just kind of the next leg. That's just kind of the next leg. I'm not even saying that's the peak, right? So for me, that's what I'm saying. This crypto is undervalued probably at least by 20 to 30x. That is the main zone I'm looking at. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, things are exciting. Things are looking good. I know right now we're in a more boring and rough period, but this should not be a boring period. This is, buying stuff for cheap, knowing that there's a high probability of it being a lot in the future. That's not boring to me. For me, that's actually fun, right? Obviously, the most prime fun is cashing out, but this is still fun to me. So I don't know. I guess everyone has a different perspective, etc. Anyways, in terms of the weekly candle, we probably won't be shifting too much, right? And something like this. In terms of the dailies, we can see we have been kind of rejecting over the last few days. When we go look at Zebec in the last couple of days, we can see that we have actually been consistently rising holders, despite there being a dip at one point. We're already back, we're already set, and we're already going forward. That is it, though, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.
So again, what is this? What alive? Nice day to get off early. What did I miss? Can you imagine how Zebec's going to take off when the market? Oh wow, up 11%. When the market goes down, finally flip bullish. I grab 100K every chance I get. It is fun. I look forward to accumulating. So shout out to Brock Tripp. What's going on with you, fam? And checking the bubbles out real quick before we shut it down on the day. So this is a lot of green in the market today. Not sure what's happening, but it's good. This is Zebec up 10.4% on the day, down 0.4 on the hour, up 3.4 on the week, down 24.8 on the month, and up 122% on the year. And the super app, I'm waiting for an update, something here, but we're still looking at upcoming. But they did make an announcement today that the super app comes out February 25th, in case you missed it. But again, it's your main man BTM signing out. And remember, let's get back to the money, guys, and stay dangerous. And have a good, safe Friday the 13th. And it's your main man signing out. Peace and hair grease. Miners out.